Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I haven't done just a sit-down Q&A in a long time. I did one with my fiance at the time, now husband, back in December, but I can't remember the last time I did one just by myself, just sitting here answering questions. Once in a while when I do a get ready with me, I just ask on Instagram if you guys want me to talk about anything, but I haven't done something like this in a long time, so I'm going to answer some questions I asked on my community tab here on YouTube, and I've asked twice on Instagram just to make sure I get plenty of questions from you guys. I don't want to miss anything. And I also asked on Twitter. I didn't get very many on Twitter, but we're going to hit up Twitter first just because there's literally like 2 questions. I will get to as many as I possibly can. I do have to start making lunch for Zane and I in about an hour. This is probably going to be a lengthy video. I have a feeling I'm going to ramble, but I'll get to as many questions as I can. If I don't answer your question, I apologize, but I actually got quite a lot, especially on Instagram, so I'm just going to try to go through it the best as I can. Also, thank you to those of you who did send me questions. I'm not going to say anyone's name because I didn't ask for permission for that. I don't want to make anyone feel weird. I'm just going to keep it anonymous across the board. Hope that's alright. Alright, so let's go to Twitter first. I only got 3 questions on Twitter. If I were to get another animal, what would it be? Cats excluded. I've always wanted a ferret so bad. I actually probably want to because I've read that they do better with a buddy. I would love ferrets. It's not going to happen anytime in the near future because we are at max capacity with 4 cats, but maybe down the road if we ever own a big home, which that's my one of my biggest goals right now is I want a big lovely home. I want so many pets. I want so many animals. I'm such an animal lover and I would freaking love a ferret. That would make me so happy. I like dogs in theory, but I'd probably look at getting a dog if I had a big yard, but in my current situation where I'm already max capacity, but I also live in an apartment, I don't have time to take a dog on walks. But a ferret would be really cool, but not anytime soon. Do I have any hair products or shampoo recommendations when it comes to dandruff? My personal favorite things to recommend to my guests or use on myself if I'm having scalp issues, whether it be dandruff or just any kind of itchy scalp or cakey scalp or anything like that, is tea tree shampoo and conditioner. It's my favorite. I find the tea tree just really works at getting my scalp nice and fresh again. I personally use the Paul Mitchell one because it's cruelty-free. Tea tree is the way to go, man. If I could only do a monochromatic look for a week, what color would it be? If you mean an entire top to bottom, blush, lips, eyes, if everything was monochromatic, honestly, it would probably be something like this. I'm doing a monochromatic mauve thing today. It's just really easy to wear. I think it's pretty with my eyes and everything like that. I don't think I'd be content wearing a bright pink all week, even though I'd be cool with doing a monochromatic bright pink. If we're just talking about monochromatic eyes, I mean, I'd be cool with anything. So I'm just going to assume you mean full face, and I'll go with a mauve tone like this. I think it's lovely. All right, so let's go to Instagram stories now. I'm going to go to my screenshotted ones from when I first initially asked. If I could only choose one palette to take on vacation, what would I choose? I feel like I bring my Ace Beauté Flare with me every time I go on a trip. It doesn't matter what trip it is, that one always comes with me. So I might pick that one. It just has a really good variety of colors, warm tones, cool tones. It has just a dibble dabble of neutral in there in case I need that also. The Ace Beauté Flare palette, I don't know if it's my #1 anymore, but it's definitely in my top 3. I've loved the Ace Beauté Flare ever since it came out a couple years ago. How did I get started in making a career in cosmetology? Any tips? Well, first, you go to cosmetology school. I started cosmetology school August of 2012, right after I graduated high school. I did the part-time program because I had 2 jobs while in school, so I couldn't do full-time. I graduated around April of 2014, and I started working in a salon in my mall, I think August of 2014. I think I finished out the summer working for Zane's dad at his martial arts school, and then I started. And I was there for about 4 years. I think about 4 years, yeah. And then I moved into my own studio where I have my own thing. My best tips are really, really, really try to educate yourself constantly. You can never stop learning. My biggest pet peeve in the cosmetology industry is when I see someone who's either in school or fresh out of school, or even someone who's been doing it 20 years and they think they know everything. I can't stand it. Trends are always changing. Techniques are always evolving. You can never learn enough. So constantly educate yourself. There are tons of free videos on Instagram and YouTube. Go to hair shows if you can. I love the Premiere Orlando one, which is near where I live, about 2 hours away. And I love going to that one. It just got postponed from last weekend of May to like middle of August or something, which I'm still gonna go. I'm bummed that it got postponed, but I totally get why, because, you know, the world's falling apart right now. Stressful. But just try to educate yourself. That is my biggest tip. Just constantly try to promote yourself, ask your guests to refer their friends to you, promote yourself on social media. Having like a dedicated Instagram account for your craft really helps people find you. I've gotten plenty of guests just from people just stumbling upon my hair Instagram, and it's really cool. I think those are my biggest tips though. Stay true to yourself. Yeah, you got this. What brand do you wish to be on their PR list? When I first initially read that, my thought immediately goes to Melt Cosmetics. I would love to be on Melt Cosmetics' PR list. I think they're just such a cool brand. I think I would get use out of really everything they release. I just can't always afford a lot of the things they release, but I would love to play with everything they release, that's for sure. I could probably name a ton of brands I'd love to be on the PR list for, but Melt is the first one that comes to mind right now. What's the equipment that I use for filming? I have a Canon T5i DSLR camera. There's someone weed whacking now. I apologize if you hear that. I have 2 softbox lights here. I do have a window over there. Sometimes I shut the blind, sometimes I don't, just depending on what the lighting is looking like. I do have a microphone. I don't even know what the microphone is. It says Takstar. I know it's cheap. I actually really want to upgrade to a better microphone. I don't think my sound quality is bad, but I think it could be better. I guess that's it for filming equipment though. What is my biggest pet peeve in the beauty community? Honestly, I kind of just want to say like drama and negativity. Like, yes, we should be calling out brands for like bad business practices, of course, but just like unnecessary negativity. I think that's my biggest pet peeve, which is a very vague answer, but that's the best that I got for you. What would my dream collab be? Like an eyeshadow palette or blushes, something like that. That would be cool. If you had to choose between faux freckles and blush, what would you choose? That's impossible, because to me they're so hand in hand, but I don't think I could live without like blush if I had freckles on, because to me like the freckles make more sense when you have heavy blush, because that's kind of what the sun would do to you. Obviously, like, this isn't like a natural looking blush, like the sun isn't gonna do that to me, but I think I'd rather have heavy blush, no freckles, rather than freckles and no blush. Do I like to watch true crime shows or documentaries? I'm honestly not really into it. Like, I do find it interesting. I'm not grossed out or weirded out by it or anything like that. I'm just not crazy into it like most of the world seems to be right now. What are my cats' names? I actually have 2 of them in here with me right now. They're sleeping. Absol is my oldest. Is he 7 now? I think he's 6. My 2 oldest are 6, my 2 youngest are 4. But Absol's 6, he's a gray tabby. We think he has ragdoll in him. Absol, he's named after a Pokemon. Kanade is the next 6-year-old. She is a short hair white cat. She's a brat and she's obsessed with me. Kanade is named after a character in the anime Angel Beats. Felix is my second boy. He is 4. He's a chunky orange tabby. We named him because of Fix-It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. And then our last cat is Leela. We actually adopted her at age 2, but now she's 4, same age as Felix. She's a really fluffy calico. We named her Leela from Futurama. Did I take my husband's last name? Not yet. I want to. I was delaying it because we wanted to do it after our honeymoon, but I'll get into that later. I haven't changed it yet, but I'm going to. Favorite place to buy clothes? Listen, I'm not very fashionable. I don't buy clothes very often. I've been buying clothes a little bit through the brand Shein. I've found decent luck with them. They're pretty affordable and the quality's decent enough. I know they're definitely not like the most sustainable brand. They're still in that fast fashion category, but I try not to overbuy. I try to just buy like things that I know I'll use for a long time. I like shopping at thrift stores. I like trying to be sustainable in that aspect. But other than that, I don't shop a lot. I'm not good at clothes, guys. I'm not. A lot of you really want clothing videos from me and you just don't. Trust me. Shoes. What shoes other than Doc Martens do you wear? Listen, I wear Doc Martens like all the time. Like, I don't wear other shoes. I do have a pair of flats from the brand Strange Colt. They have like little pumpkin faces on them, but I don't wear those very often. I wear my Doc Martens literally all the time. Unless I go to the gym, I just wear a pair of tennis shoes. It's nothing that deep. A lot of you guys actually ask me about books and what I'm reading. I don't have time to read, guys. I work usually close to 40 hours a week in the salon between like working and buying supplies and managing and all that good stuff. I work probably an additional 20 hours on YouTube a week. I try to go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, which that's delayed right now because of trying to social distance myself. I don't have time to read. I really wish I did though. Do I ever run out of ideas to film, and how do I stay inspired? I'm never out of ideas. I have an ongoing list constantly. If I get a video suggestion that I'm interested in, I write it down. I'm constantly thinking of ideas. If I see like a tag video going around, I write it down. I constantly have 3LX1 palettes to film, or a first impressions, or a get ready with me. I don't know how I stay so inspired. I don't know, I have so many ideas all the time that I want to get out to you, so I keep it moving all the time. This is such a cute question. Do you mate your socks before putting them away, or do I just toss them in the drawer willy-nilly? I ball up my socks. I like to keep them together. Back in high school, I forced myself to wear mismatched socks. Now I'm just like, I just want matching socks. I don't know what it is. Favorite face masks and hair masks. My favorite face mask lately is it's a Glossier one. I can't remember the name of it. It's called like it's like a very thick moisturizing mask. It's in like a circle thick tub. I like that face mask a lot. My favorite hair mask, I always use a purple toning mask. Right now I'm kind of going in between the Pravana purple toning mask and now the Verb purple toning mask. Oh, I also like the Amika one. I think it's the Nourish mask. It's in an orange tub. Those are my 3 favorite masks. Oh, there's also a ghost mask from Verb as well that I really like. Celebrity crushes. I'm obsessed with Bill Hader. I think he's the coolest person ever. I'm obsessed with Halsey. I think those are my top 2. I actually don't think about celebrities like that very often. Like, I just don't really care about celebrities, but those are my top 2. How did I decide to get into YouTube and start creating videos? I've touched on this before in the past, but just the quick version. I was doing makeup on Instagram for a long time, like not a big deal. Like, I did not have very many followers at all. Like, I was well under 1,000, but I still posted like every single day. I posted a lot of looks. I tried to be really creative, and so many of my friends in my real life were begging me to start a channel, including Zane. Like, everyone wanted me to start a channel, but I was too scared, and eventually I just decided, you know what? I'll give it a go, and here I am now, 3 years later. If you could make your own eyeshadow shade, what would you make? I can't pick just one shade, but I'd either pick a really, really pretty, dirty, grungy, chartreusey, mustardy matte, or a really pretty, like, duochrome-y, chartreusey teal color. One of those two is probably what I'd be feeling right now. If I could have one superpower, what would it be? I've always thought like telekinesis would be great. Like, I don't want to get up, like just like let me bring that thing to me. Like, that would be so cool to move things with my mind. Would I be the hero or the villain? I mean, like, if we're talking about like a Disney movie, like, I'm totally the villain. Like, I definitely resonate more with them and their style. But I mean, I just find myself, I feel like I'm too kind to be the villain. I probably would be the hero. I'd probably more be like the hero's sidekick. I think that's where I would be. What's my favorite kind of video to film and to watch? My favorite things to film are my 3LX1 palettes, or just chatty videos like this, or tag videos, or like makeup favorites, things like that. Those are my favorite things to film. My favorite things to watch are also probably just like chatty things or get ready with me's. I like having stuff for background noise. It's very rare that I actually have my phone just like sitting up and like I'm watching a video, unless I'm on like the treadmill or something. For the most part, I just use it as background noise and I like to listen. So there you go. How did the wisdom teeth appointment go, and what was the process? Love you so much. Love you too. I touched on it in my recent Get Ready With Me, so if you want more of a detailed description, you can check that video out. But just quick terms, I got this tooth taken out last February, so I only had 3 removed this time. I did get fully sedated. I was bedridden for like 3 days just because they wanted me to just rest, and then my final day, like, I was still at home, but I was trying to move around a little bit more, and then I dealt with excruciating headaches for probably close to a week, and then it hit me that I was protein deficient because I was still on soft foods. When the internet and the dentist tell you that you can start eating regular foods after a week, they are wrong. Like, I'm a little over 2 weeks and I still have holes in my mouth. Like, I still have to be really careful. Like, I can't eat crunchy or chewy foods right now. Like, I still have to be kind of careful, but I can eat more than just mashed potatoes now. It wasn't fun at all, but I'm glad I'll never have to do it again. How do you stand humidity when wearing makeup? Also, you're so beautiful in looks plus personality. You're so sweet. Thank you. How do you stand humidity? I'm in Florida. It's literally all the time. So it's just kind of like you either just deal with it or you don't, and you don't wear makeup. I choose to deal with it. I stay inside as much as I can. You do not catch me outside often. I am not ever chilling by the pool. I am not at the beach. I hate the beach. The only time you'll really catch me outside is if I was like at a theme park or something. I don't go outside. So that kind of helps me with the humidity problem. What's the worst item sent to you in PR? Okay, so there was this one time, I do not remember the brand off the top of my head at all. I could probably figure it out, but it was a really, really, really small indie brand, and this was probably 3 years ago. It was close to the beginning of my channel. And they wanted to send me these 2 quads of eyeshadows, and I was like, heck yes, I'm excited. They looked really cute. I can't even remember the color stories, but they were cute for the time, I suppose. I was excited about them. I got them in the mail, and they were both completely shattered. So I reached out to the company again, and they sent me 2 more, and 1 shade from each was shattered, but I was like, it's fine, I can make it work. And then I was kind of touching them and trying to swatch them, and they like did not swatch. There was no color to them. It was pretty awful. Like, I didn't even mention them on anything because I was like, I can't. I either totally bashed this brand's product, who was like a super small brand anyways, like nobody knew of them, or I just ignore it. So I just ignored it. I was sad. I've never had shadow swatch that bad before. Do I have a favorite part of the typical day? And if yes, what is it? My days are not typical. Like, my schedule is so different. Like, sometimes I'm at work by 9, sometimes I don't go into work till 1, but I'm working till like 8. Sometimes I start my day off at 5:30 in the morning with the gym. Some days I don't wake up until like 7. I don't really have a typical day, but I think my favorite time of any day is just like when the day is ending and Zane and I can just chill on the couch, watch a show, eat dinner, eat some ice cream. That's my favorite, I think. My favorite color, I like mustard yellow or olive green. What are your must-haves for favorite outfits? Which pieces make you feel like your best self? You guys really think I'm more fashionable than I am. Like, I'm not. Like, this shirt is kind of cute, but it was also really cheap, and I honestly don't remember where I got it, so don't ask me. I don't know. I like wearing chokers. Like, I know that's an accessory, but I like wearing chokers or at least a high-necked shirt. You won't catch me with like a plunging V-neck ever. I don't feel comfortable if like I have cleavage showing at all. I'm not about that life. If I'm wearing shorts or a skirt or dress, I have to have fishnets because I don't like my legs being fully exposed. It's very rare when you catch me in just shorts, which I just got my thigh tattooed, so, well, my other thigh, I already had this thigh tattooed. I just got this thigh tattooed, so now I'm feeling a little less self-conscious about my legs showing. If I'm wearing pants, they have to be high-waisted, whether it's a skirt or leggings or jeans, have to be high-waisted. I prefer long sleeves, but once it gets to summer and spring and really even fall in Florida, it's just really hard to wear long sleeves. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. That's the best I got. If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be? Let me think. Definitely my grandma on my dad's side. She passed away when I was 10. Maybe I was 9. I don't remember. I'd probably want to have dinner with her, my dad because he deserves to see her again, Zane because I'd like her to meet him and him meet her. I guess I'll throw my mom in the mix too. She would fit in with all that. She'd love to see her again. When did I first start posting makeup on my Instagram? It was really close to the time that I started in the salon, like ever, after cosmetology school. So probably mid 2014, maybe late 2014, somewhere in that zone. What made me fall in love with makeup? Just the artistry, how creative you can be, how there's no rules, even though some people think there's rules. I don't know, you can just be your most creative self. It's such a good outlet for me to just enjoy and decompress, and it's just fun. You inspire me so much. I love your looks, not a question, just appreciation. I appreciate you so much. What is my favorite cartoon show, or was growing up as a kid? Current favorite cartoon show? I love Futurama. I love Futurama so much. I haven't watched it in a while, but I love Futurama. As a kid, I was into SpongeBob. When I was a little kid, it was PB&J Otter, Roly Poly, Little Bear. As I was growing up as a kid, I loved Fairly Odd Parents and like anything on Nickelodeon or Disney Channel. Oh, I also loved like Cartoon Network, like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter, all that good stuff. What did you find to be the hardest part of going cruelty-free, makeup or lifestyle? Well, I've never claimed to be cruelty-free in my lifestyle. I'm not a vegan. I don't claim to be in any way. The only thing that I'm 100% cruelty-free in is my makeup. I don't purchase from brands that test on animals. Even with my diet, like I'm not a vegan, I'm just a vegetarian. I try to make vegan choices. And with my lifestyle, I do try to be conscious of like soaps that I'm buying and like detergents and cleaning supplies and things like that, but I'm not 100% cruelty-free in that aspect. So I mean, to answer that question, the hardest part would be lifestyle. There's a lot more to it than just makeup. But yeah, I've never claimed to be cruelty-free in my lifestyle. Top 5 favorite cruelty-free products. I don't know if I can just pick 5 products. I use so many things. Well, I use the Milk Hydro Grip every day, so that has to be up there. My Anastasia Dip Brow Gel I use in my brows every single day. My Milk Makeup Blur Powder is one of my favorite things ever. Probably my Colourpop blush sticks, if I'm gonna pick a blush, just because there's a very wide variety with those colors. I can't like think of a 5th one because I just love so many things. I can't just pick 5 products, I'm sorry. What is my favorite colorful liquid liner? I don't have a lot of colorful liquid liners like at all. As of right now, the only ones I have are these ones from Glam Vice. They're the pastel retro neons. They're water activated. They're a lot of fun. They do require quite a bit of a learning curve. They're not like super user-friendly for a beginner, I would say, but they're fun. But I don't really own any other colorful liners. What I would typically do is just like use like my glitter primer and a shimmery shadow if I really need like a colorful liner, but I don't really play with colorful liners too much, especially when it comes to liquid. I have a lot of colorful pencils, but you asked for liquid. What is my favorite eyeshadow color combinations to put on your eyes? P.S. I love you. I love you too. I like so many color combinations. Like I love a good blue-green eye. I love a really pretty like pinky purple eye. I like rainbow eyes. I like all the color combinations, but I think like a blue-green yellow is what pops into my mind the most. Which of my videos am I the most proud of? That's a good question. I did a series back about, goodness, like a year and a half ago, where I took each color of the rainbow and I broke down like what that color means, which colors it works best with, which colors you really shouldn't directly mix with it because they're complementary and they'll muddy out. And I created like monochromatic looks with each of those colors. I really liked that series. I took a lot of time to like research and have good information. I really liked that series. That was a good one. Do you have any makeup you love to use wrong? I mean, I use eyeshadow as blush. I don't know, I can't really think of anything that I use wrong because I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong way to use things. I have like lip pencils from LA Girl that I use as eye pencils. That's all I can really think of that like I'm definitely using like wrong. What is the popular makeup product or technique that I do not like? I don't like the Fenty Beauty matte foundation that came out forever ago, but I also just don't like matte foundations. But that one was so hyped up I expected to maybe like it and I didn't. As far as techniques go, I can't really think of anything specific. I don't like baking too much. That's just not the best for my skin and what I need in my life. I don't have a good answer. Do you make a decent amount of money off of YouTube? If that's too invasive, you don't have to answer. I'll answer vaguely because I'm not going to give you exact numbers. I definitely don't make a lot, like not even close to like anything I could live off of at all. It definitely helps kind of put back into what I spend towards YouTube, but I don't really make anything off of YouTube. Let's see. Let me put it this way. I can most of the time bring more in one day working in the salon than I do in a whole month on YouTube. If that sort of helps put it in perspective. I definitely do this very much so as a hobby. This is not like a big source of income for me whatsoever. Top 5 drugstore, high-end, and indie brands, top for each. Well, drugstore is not like a big thing for me, so like the only 5 I'll probably say are probably the only 5 that I even remotely use. NYX, LA Girl for the eye pencils, e.l.f. I think Pixie's considered drugstore. I don't even know if I can think of a 5th one because I just don't really use drugstore. A lot of them aren't cruelty-free. That might be all I got. Unless, I guess I could put Colourpop in drugstore maybe. I don't know if Colourpop's considered drugstore or indie. My top 5 high-end brands, Milk Makeup, Anastasia, question mark. I don't know. They're weird lately, but I still love a lot of their products. I do love Fenty a lot. I don't have a ton of their stuff, but I love their brand, if that makes sense. Don't know if Melt Cosmetics is considered high-end or indie. I think they might still be indie, so I can't put them in that category. I feel like I don't use a lot of high-end brands either. I use a lot of just like affordable brands. Like I don't necessarily put them in drugstore, but they're not like high-end either. You know what I mean? I use a lot of indie. I guess I could say Bite because their foundation's my favorite right now, but I don't use a lot from them. Other than that, maybe, goodness, I don't know. I don't use a lot of high-end brands, guys. Like you don't catch me rummaging through Sephora too often. Can I just say Drunk Elephant? You didn't say makeup brands. They're technically a high-end skincare brand, and I love Drunk Elephant. And then indie brands, goodness, this will be hard. Okay, Shroud Cosmetics, Menagerie Cosmetics, Give Me Glow Cosmetics, Sugar Pill, for sure. And then I might give my last slot to Likely Makeup. I love her lashes and I love her blush palettes. That was a really hard thing to answer. Conditioner, only on the ends or all over. I recommend only putting it on your ends. Some people need a little bit of conditioner towards the scalp, but for the most part, ends is the way to go. Have you done anything in life to be proud of? I mean, yeah. I think everyone can be proud of something, even just as simple as like going to work, getting a job, you know what I mean? I have so many things to be proud of. Like, I completed high school, top of my class. Like, I wasn't number one, but I was in the top of my class. Small high school though, it's not like that deep. Graduated cosmetology school while working 2 jobs, including an overnight job. I worked in a salon. I accomplished being able to open up my own salon studio, and I've been running that for about 1.5 years. I started my YouTube channel, and I've grown my audience to over 10,000, which is insane. I got married to the love of my life. I have so many things to be proud of. I feel like that's kind of an odd question, because I feel like everyone has something they can be proud of, even if it's like, in the grand scheme of things, a little more minute, it's still big to you. I would love to know what every one of you is proud of in your life. A lot of people wanted me to talk about my tattoos. Really quick, I'm not doing a tattoo like tour video probably ever. I'm just not comfortable like showing all parts of my body on camera like that. Oh, the lawnmower is making me mad. I'm trying to get through this video. Well, I have my whole Mario sleeve, which you can't see right now because it's covered up, but I have an entire sleeve based on Mario. I just got a big Pennywise tattoo on this thigh. I have a Kingdom Hearts tattoo on this thigh. I have the cave drawing of Simba on my shoulder. I have the Sorting Hat on my right foot and the Snitch on my left foot and Mischief Managed on each foot. I think that's all of them. What collabs would I love to see? I would honestly just love to continue seeing more collabs with smaller creators. That's really, really exciting. What does my dream home look like? Okay, so my dream home has to have stairs. I love the separation of upstairs bedrooms and downstairs like living area. That's how our apartment is set up now, and I love it. I can't imagine not living in a 2-story home. And I grew up in a 1-story home my whole life, so like I know what it's like. I just so much prefer this. Oh my goodness, this lawnmower. I am trying to film. I'm getting hungry. I love Victorian style homes, but I'd want it to look like older, kind of spooky on the outside, but like really modern and brand spanking new on the inside. That is what I love. I'm not a fixer-upper kind of person, yet neither is Zane, and I wouldn't want to pay someone to fix stuff all the time. I'd love to have giant big windows so that there's constantly like tons of natural light being let into all rooms of my home. My bathroom, I would love to have like a big wet room style room where it's like the bathroom and then there's like almost a separate room where it's just like a giant walk-in shower with the bathtub inside of it. If you don't know what a wet room is, look it up on Pinterest. They are stunning. I think those are like the main features that I like have to have. I mean, I don't have to have the wet room. That would just be a big bonus. What's one color I would never dye my hair? Well, I don't say dye, I say color. The thing I would never color my hair is black. I just will not put that in my hair. Now that the wedding has gone, are you interested in changing your hair again? Part of me like desperately wants to just shave it all off. Part of me wants to chop it up into like a really cute pixie style thing and then do bright fun colors again. Part of me wants to put pastels in my hair now. Part of me just wants to leave it alone. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just like letting it do its thing. Favorite foundation and concealer. Current favorite foundation is the Bite Beauty Changemaker. Oh my goodness, if you hear this lawnmower, I'm so sorry. I just can't keep pausing every 2 seconds anymore. And my favorite concealer right now is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic. How long did I plan for this new tattoo and do I have plans for more? I'd been thinking about this one for probably well over 1 year. I just didn't really want to spend money on one when I had the wedding coming up. I just felt like that wasn't the best thing to prioritize, and I want so many more tattoos. I don't have like a million specifics I could share with you, and I probably wouldn't because I like to keep it private until I do it, but I want so many more tattoos. What small things make me smile / happy? I love when I can open up my windows and it's just a crisp, breezy day and it smells like happy. I don't know if you know what I mean. That doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. I love when cats have their little tongue blep when they're sleeping. I love when they clean their little faces. I could just probably talk about the cats all day. That's what the small things that make me super happy. Do I think my makeup style is sometimes judged too harshly? I don't even know where that question comes from because I actually get lots of love on my makeup style. I don't usually get negativity too often. So I don't think so, no. I get very positive feedback for my makeup style. Which makeup artists give me the most inspiration? Honestly, just look at the people I'm following on Instagram. I could be here all day if I named like everybody. I love Jordy from It's Likely Makeup. I love Laura Aleno. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. She's one of the people that like owns Melt. It sounds like this lawnmower is about to drive up into my upstairs window. Go away, sir, please. Please go away. He is just hanging out right outside my window and will not leave. I'm going insane. Sir, I'm filming a video. If you just give me like 15, 20 more minutes, I'll be out of your hair. This man literally keeps just going back and forth over the same spots. He's literally just going back and forth right in front of my window. It's making me so mad. This is so unnecessary. Ooh, it's been about 10 minutes since like I last said something. I've just been waiting for him to leave. I don't know why it took him that long to leave this small plot in front of my window. Whew. Hopefully he's like gone for now. All right, moving on. How long did it take me to really perfect my makeup? I mean, I wouldn't even say like I've perfected it now. Like I'm very comfortable with my style and my techniques and I don't feel like I'm really scared of anything. I don't know. I feel like I almost had like a moment where I was like, I don't care about following the norm back in January of 2018, I think. Maybe 2017. Towards the beginning of my channel, like about 6 months after I started my channel. So maybe 2018, I'm not sure. It took me a few years to finally like really start doing things for myself and not just trying to follow the norm. I don't have like a specific date for you though. Does life feel very different now that I'm married? In like the general sense, no. Zane and I have been living together for many, many years. We've been sharing money for a couple years. Everything's pretty much the same, but it is nice being able to say like, I have a husband, I am married. Take us seriously, because sometimes when you just say boyfriend or fiance, people don't take you as seriously, even if you've been together for 7 years. I don't know, it feels good. I feel like there's a new sense of closeness, but for the most part it's the same. And oh my goodness, he is back. Sir, do not come over here again. What are my favorite ways to deal with anxiety? Honestly, talking about it helps a lot. I'm the person that keeps everything bottled up, but when I finally get a chance to like finally talk about it with Zane, or just usually Zane who will listen to my problems, I feel a lot better talking things out and trying to like, I don't know, organize my thoughts out loud. It feels better. Trying to just distract myself, watch a movie, watch a show, spend time with Zane or with friends, go get dinner, just do something to take my mind off of it. Those are my favorite ways to kind of help with it. Would I ever just shave my head? Referring to what I said before, I totally would. I mean, I feel like I'm honestly too much of a chicken. I've had really, really, really short hair before, but I don't know if I would shave my entire head. Shave most of my head, but not my whole head. If I could be any animal, which one would I be? Also, I love your channel. Thank you so much. I'd totally be a cat. Like, they're living the life. Like, they just sleep all day long, and then they get fed, and then they get pet, and then they get cuddled. And it's just, like, that's the dream. Do I like croissants? I do. They're a bit messy, but I do. I haven't had one in a while though. Favorite feel-good movie? The first thing that popped into my head was 50 First Dates. I love that movie. It's such a just good, wholesome, feel-good movie. Favorite movies and or TV shows that we should watch while in quarantine? Watch I'm Not Okay With This on Netflix. It's so good. It's only like 7 episodes and they're only like 20 minutes each, so it's like watching a long movie. I love that show. Watch The Good Place. That is a great feel-good show. Watch Friends if you can access it. I know it's not on Netflix anymore, but if you can access Friends, watch Friends. Watch a lot of Disney movies. Lion King is my favorite forever. Just watch everything and everything and anything that's wholesome. Although I'm not okay with this, I wouldn't call wholesome, but it's brilliant. Well, that's it for Instagram. Let's move on to YouTube. While my camera's still alive, it's gonna die soon because that man ate up all my time. If a space cruise was a thing, would you go on one? In theory, that sounds cool, and I do enjoy the idea of space, but I think that would be terrifying, being like plummeted into space. I don't know. It would either be really peaceful or really claustrophobic inducing, I feel like. If each of my cats was an eyeshadow shade, what would they be? I feel like Absol, I would make a really pretty taupey gray like his fur. Kanade, I would make the color pink that her paw pads are. Felix, I would make this bright, brilliant green that are the color of his eyes. And Leela, I would probably make, her eyes are almost like a really cool yellowy gold tone. I'd probably play with that, maybe make a really cool duochrome out of her eye color. If I wasn't doing hair for a living, what would I be doing instead? I don't know. Like, that was my plan, was to do hair. I don't have another plan right now. I don't. I'm content with my job and I've never thought of another option. This was my plan. This person wanted me to talk more about the cats. I kind of talked about like their name what I think their breed is and their age, but they want to know more about their personality and do I have any cute stories I could share. Absol is just the sweetest little cuddle bug, but he gets lost. Like, he'll be upstairs and he'll just start crying because he doesn't know where we are. I just hear him like, rah, rah, and I have to like call his name and then he finds me. He's such a goofball. Kanade is obsessed with me. Like, if I'm editing, she has to be laying on my editing arm. She can't be on the arm that's free. She has to be on my mouse arm. She has to be all the time. She specifically loves sleeping on white blankets as well, and she's like a white cat. I don't know how she differentiates. I guess she can just tell. Felix is so annoying about food. He's so chunky and we keep him on a special diet so that he doesn't so that he can maintain and lose, and he hates it and he gets so desperate for food. He tries to steal the other cat's food. It's a whole thing, but he's so cute because if you just like put your hand out and ask like, do you want some? He comes up and just like lets you pet him. Like, he loves you, and he follows Zane around like a shadow. He loves Zane. And then Leela, she's just like real chill. But she's like in a relationship with Felix and with Absol. Like, she'll go cuddle Felix for a while and then smack him in the face and then go cuddle Absol for a while and then smack him in the face. So she's just real chill. She doesn't take anything from nobody. If you had a choice to live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? I love New York City, but I don't know if I could ever afford to live there. And in theory, I would love to live in like Washington, Oregon area. That would be brilliant, but I haven't visited yet, so I don't know. But I definitely want to live north for sure. If I could design one product to go into production, what would it be? I would just love if more brands came out with freckle products. That would be real cool. Boxed mac and cheese question, Velveeta or old school craft powder style? It's like, I like both for different occasions. Like, when I want it to feel more like a meal, I like the like Velveeta, you mix in the cheese sauce kind of deal. But if I want it to be more of a side dish, then I want it to be like the boxed mac and cheese. There's a different time for both. What popular trend would you like to see go out of style? If there isn't anything, what would you want to see come into style? My camera finally died, so if things look a little different, that's why. The biggest thing that pops in my mind as a trend that I want to die, clear shoes, like clear heels or clear boots where it's just like clear and you just see someone's like barefoot just like crunched up in heel position. I think it's the ugliest thing in the world. I would love that to go out of fashion. I can't stand it. All right, I guess we'll talk about this now. I've had a few people ask me about if I have any concerns about my honeymoon cruise across the West Coast in May because of what's going on. And my cruise got canceled. I'm really bummed about it. I understand that it's for the best, and as things got closer, we might have canceled it ourselves anyways, but it's such a bummer. And it's not like this is just like a Caribbean cruise I can reschedule to the end of the year. Like, this was a one-time cruise. It was going from San Diego, San Francisco, Astoria, Oregon, Seattle, and ending in Vancouver, and it was only happening this one date. It's not happening next year. It's not happening later in the year. Like, I've yet to see this cruise any other time. Once in a lifetime cruise. We've been so pumped for this for well over a year now. I'm really disappointed that this is all happening and that I can't go on this, but I know that there are bigger problems in the world. It's fine. I'm probably not the only person with a honeymoon getting canceled. It's just a bummer because this specific trip isn't something we can do again. If it was anything else that I could just reschedule, I wouldn't be nearly as sad. But I'm really sad. I've been so excited. These are all places that I really wanted to visit. Oregon and Washington were potentially places we wanted to live, and this was going to be our way to see if we really wanted to potentially live there. I'm really bummed about it, but it is what it is. We'll just have to do a different trip, I guess. We are potentially still going to keep, because we were going to go to LA for a couple days prior and then spend a day in San Diego before the cruise, and we still have those Airbnbs, and we'll potentially still keep the Airbnbs and just extend the San Diego by one more day because the Airbnb is only, as of right now, open for one more day. And just go to California for like just 4 days, which is a very short trip in comparison to like the almost 2 weeks we were going to be gone. But I'm not sure. I might just cancel it all together and we might just do something later in the year. My memory card just filled up, so now I had to switch my memory card. But yeah, I'm really bummed, but I also totally get that this is the safest thing to do. We don't know where things are going to be at in May. I just wish we could have pushed it a little farther before they canceled it, just so we could see where things were at. But I know things are escalating like rather quickly and it's very scary. Right now Zane and I are currently just trying to like stay home as much as possible. I'm only going to the salon and going home, and I'm trying to work while I can, and we'll just do a different trip another time. But it is still really sad. Do you prefer to be asked first before being sent PR? Asking because when I start my makeup company I want to send you stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you were starting one. That's awesome. I do like to be asked just because if it's something I know I'm not going to get use out of, I really don't want it to be like wasted per se. I'd rather it go to somebody who will love and get great use out of it. But yeah, I'd be down to hear about it when that time comes. How do you keep your schedule planner in order? How do I stop procrastinating if you do in that case? I feel like whatever I do, I always seem to leave everything for the last minute. Bad habit, I know. I feel like partly it stems from my anxiety. I feel like if I'm not way ahead of myself as far as planning goes with my YouTube and my scheduling and things like that, even with my clients, like I like to have people scheduled out as far in advance as I'm usually like up to 10 weeks. I'm okay with scheduling people out, but I like to have my book pretty full as soon as possible. I don't know. That's just kind of how I am. It's just kind of how I've always been. I like being ahead of the game. I like planning. I like being able to kind of see a spread and a layout of what like the next week looks like or the next 2 weeks looks like. That's just me. I don't really have any tips on how to stop procrastinating because that just wasn't really me. I guess you almost just have to probably just start forcing yourself to not, and then maybe over time you'll develop that habit. What are my 5-year goals? Are they new or are you midway through any of them? Well, I don't think I'd be midway through a 5-year goal if it's 5 years from now. Let's see, in 5 years I'll be almost 31, goodness, and Zane will be almost 32. We'd better not be in Florida anymore. I do not want to be in Florida anymore by the time I hit 30. I'm hoping we'll be living up north somewhere. I hope we'll own a home. That would be a dream. I hope that this YouTube channel will have grown more. Not necessarily, like I don't need to be YouTube famous or anything. Like I don't expect to make a living off of this channel, but I do hope it grows more, and I just hope I have more opportunities to like travel. I hope I have opportunities to connect with brands. I hope Zane is thriving in whatever job he has. I hope we have lots of cute animal friends. I hope all these cats are still alive by then, which they should be. They're still pretty young. I guess those are my plans. What is my Myers-Briggs type? I don't remember. Let me check really quick. I have it written down somewhere. I can't find it. I don't know where I have it written down at, and I don't have time to take the test again right now, so sorry about that. Is there a makeup item I really want but can't or won't spend the money on it? One of the things that's been on my wish list for a while is that Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, but I just, like, it's $65 and I refuse to spend more than $60 on an eyeshadow palette. I'm hoping one day maybe Alter Ego will come out with a dupe. That would be great. But there's definitely things I want, but I'm just, like, not willing to spend the money on, even when it comes to, like, makeup related things. If I could only choose 3 movies to watch for a month straight, what would they be? Probably the live action Aladdin. I love that movie. Probably 50 First Dates. I don't think I'll ever really get sick of that movie. And also probably Nightmare Before Christmas. Those might be my 3. Favorite current makeup trend? Lots of blush. That's always gonna be my favorite thing. What do you hope to see from makeup brands in 2020? For example, neons, pastels, more neutrals, more color, monochrome, and more all the colors type of palettes. I just want really cool color stories. Like I don't want rainbow, and I don't even necessarily want monochromatic because that can get very boring after a while. I just want really, like how the Melt Cosmetics Muerte, it's just a really cool color story. I want more things that are just really cool and innovative, but I'd also be really cool with seeing more pastels. Top favorite songs right now of all time. Undercover Agents by Enter Shikari is one of my favorites. It has been for a while. Halsey's 923, I love that song right now. That's like my current favorite probably. I can't think of anything else. I'm blanking on songs. If I could only do one hairstyle for all of my clients, what would it be? Nothing. There's not a one size fits all for hair. There just absolutely is not. Am I having a good week? You know, it's all right. It's stressful just because of everything that's going on. I'm just playing it day by day. I'm not sure if I'm going to be working past today. I'm not sure if I'll be working next week. I just don't know what's happening right now, and it's very up in the air, which is stressful for me because like I said, I'm a planner. I don't like the unknown. If you were a celebrity makeup artist, who would you want to be your client? I would hate to be a celebrity makeup artist. I don't like doing makeup on other people, so I wouldn't want anyone to be my client. My style inspo and would I ever make fashion related content or non-beauty vids? I tried vlogs for a while, but they weren't like the most viewed by far. They were very minute in the grand scheme of things, so I just assumed people don't really want them from me, and I was tired of making them. So non-beauty videos are just like not really what this channel is about. I don't really have specific style inspo because again, I'm not very stylish, and I don't think I'll make fashion related content because I'm not very stylish. What is my skin type? Dry, oily combination. I am like normal to dry, and that's all the questions that I have. Whew, I don't even know how long I've been sitting here, but I'm sure this video was long. If you made it to the end, leave me a cat emoji. I've got to know who stuck around for this crazy whirlwind of a video. If you enjoyed this Q&A, give it a thumbs up. Do you want me to do more in the future? Maybe I'll try to do one every like half a year or so. Just kind of tell me what you think. I had fun just kind of sitting down and chit-chatting with you guys. It was a good time. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautBean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.